Let's make vegan mapo tofu. A dish that usually uses minced pork. This is my plant-based version that has 100% satisfaction guaranteed. The key ingredient is melt in your mouth silky tofu. Try and find blocks that don't use any GMOs. The key flavors come from the Daoban chili and the Sichuan chili oil. The pork is replaced with mushrooms, onions, and Chinese pickle called Choy Po, which adds a delightful crunchy texture. With the tofu, I've inversed it onto a plate so that the water doesn't spill everywhere. Then on the plate, I cut the tofu into cubes. This is a very clean way of working with tofu because as you can see later on, you just slide the tofu into the pan. Simple, easy, no excess cleanup needed, and look at these cubes. I got some local coral mushrooms. Look at that. That looks so good. Nice and fresh and local. Smells divine. Local means sustainable, so use whatever mushrooms are in your reach. Please feel free, use the food processor. If not, use the time for therapy. Think of nothing, just chop your ingredients. Turn them to the side, or you can even turn your whole chopping board, why not? And just run your knife through. Chop spring onions and an onion. Mapo tofu's origin story is one that's been passed on from generation to generation. A grandmother who survived smallpox and left with scars created this dish that would become arguably the world's most famous Sichuan dish. And because in the past decade, mala chili oil has become China's most popular flavor, this grandmother from the 1800s has created one of Chinese culture's most comforting comfort foods. Now that all our ingredients are chopped, it's time to cook. When we caramelize mushrooms, it creates a lot of flavor. And because they contain a lot of water, you need an extremely hot pan. My tip is, as you fry, create some holes so that the steam has a quick exit and the moisture doesn't get reabsorbed back into the mushrooms. Now I gotta tell you that it's impossible to caramelize every single piece of mushroom, but so long as you have bits that are golden brown, you'll have a really tasty mapo tofu. Cook mushrooms in a bowl, add some oil in your pan, cook your onions and half of your spring onions on high heat. Add some chopped garlic and stir fry. Then add some chopped up choy po. These are pickled turnips. Sometimes they come in packs that are already chopped up, but most of the time they come in big chunks. You need to wash those chunks 2 or 3 times to wash off the salt. Then you can chop them up and use them like this. Add a bit of 5-spice powder. Turn off the heat, then add some first draw soy sauce. Stir it around a bit and then add some boiling water. Mapo tofu is actually one of Sichuan's least spicy dishes. That's because the predominant flavor comes from this Daoban, which is chili with a lot of fermented soybeans and garlic. The next flavor is a numbing spice. Here I've used Fajiu Hongyao, which is Sichuan peppercorn and chili oil. A convenient way of adding this numbing flavor without overpowering the whole dish. I've completely turned off the heat and now I can add my cornstarch slurry. Turn the heat back on and the sauce begins to thicken. When the sauce comes back to a boil, I can add my tofu cubes and sprinkle on those spring onions. One thing to know is, contrary to popular belief, the spicy level of Sichuan is not aimed for you to experience the fiery hell from your insides. Hell level spicy can be found in Hubei. Sichuan food is supposed to be spicy, but also for you to enjoy all the flavors of each ingredient. And that means that you can freely be the judge of how much spicy you want to dial up or turn down. You be the boss. The boss is you. I really hope you like this healthier version of mapo tofu. If you do, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't have to miss any of our weekly recipes. Thank you for tuning in to Chinglish Cooking Club. Now go make yourself some plant-based goodness. It's a deep, rich, meaty notes, but no meat in it. Incredibly light. Many textures. So you got the crunchiness from the onions and from the choy po, and you got that softness from the mushrooms and softness from the tofu. It's just such a good comfort food dish, and it's so light when you eat it. Perfect with rice.